Hi, welcome to my studio. This is Sarah Jane at Heritage Art, and this is the July 2025 update for my Dear Jane quilt project. You can see behind me I've got a design wall up now. It's rigid foam insulation, just taped together, covered with flannel. It makes a great design wall, and I just pin my blocks to it. I'm hoping to get a second one soon. Just got to take my husband to the hardware store, and you can see that I have the orange ones pinned on top of the green ones at the moment, and I'd really like to be able to see both at the same time. But the advantage of doing it this way is that I can make sure I'm on track doing the same number of orange blocks as green blocks. Don't want to get too far ahead in one color. So it didn't make a lot of blocks the last couple of months, been busy in the studio doing other things, but I have made some and started applique. So I've just got 3 blocks that I really want to talk to you about today briefly. The first one is just fun. This is actually called a hot cross bun block because of the cross. So this one I actually use the stripe fabric, as you can see, and I had a bit of a dilemma. Do I have to put the stripes all going the same way? And I in the end, I decided to put the stripes going the same way. I thought if I had one block tilted sideways, it might just look like a mistake, and I don't want it to look like that. I could have alternated two, but anyway, visually, this is what worked for me. So I guess the point of that is you do you, right? If you want wonky blocks on the diagonal or just one, you do it. It's your quilt, and you should be happy with it. So the second thing is this block here is called Rising Sun. Now remember, I'm paper piecing my blocks, and you can appreciate that with all these papers and fabrics, when you get into the middle, there's a lot of bulk there. Now even when I remove the paper from the middle and sewed those together, it was still incredibly bulky. I'll show you the back of this green one. It looks really nasty, and there's nothing smooth about it. It kind of sucks in, and it's unquiltable, that area there. So I knew I had to fix that. Now, interestingly, when you print off the templates from the Electric Quilt software that I'm using, the templates for applique, then you get the circle in the middle for the Rising Sun block. So, I mean, both are fun, but this one has a circle. So what I did was you can see on the back of the orange one, I've actually cut out the middle where all the bulk was. So, and look at this. So this was the middle, and see how thick that is. Like it's crazy. So what I did was I cut that out. Now, before you cut it out, you want to use a small stitch and stitch around the middle, and then when you cut inside of that. The idea being that those stitches, that little circle of stitches, are going to hold all the seams, so they're not going to splay open, which would be a big problem for you. And then you just applique your circle over the top, and you have this great block with a flat middle, which your quilter will be very happy about. And then you can toss this little scrunched up fabric timbit in the garbage, which I'm going to do now. Right, so that's the second thing, cutting away the bulk. The third thing I wanted to share with you, oh yes, marking tools. So I'm very particular over marking tools. Like in all the quilting I do, I only ever use a chalk liner because I know it, if it doesn't brush off, it certainly will just press off with heat, no water required. I'm very fussy about that, especially when you're dealing with other people's quilts and your own. You don't want to damage it with a marking utensil. So with this one though, the problem was I was trying to applique. So when you applique, you're cutting out a shape, and you're marking the shape first, and then you're cutting it out a little bit larger, and then you fold the excess under, and that's needle turn applique, right? But you need to have a visible line where the edge of the shape is, so you get the nice edges. So I'm using a cream light colored fabric for these, right? And so I couldn't really use chalk. So I had what I thought was I thought I'd tested it, but a pen that should come off with heat. Anyway, it turns out it's actually an aftermarket version. It's not the real thing, even though it looks like it. And I tried removing it with heat, and initially it looked like it had come out, but I had this whitey yellowy line come back. Now honestly, you might not be able to see it. It runs vertically in between, vertically there in the middle. But I know it's there, and I think if I did want to ever put this quilt in a show when it's done, certainly the judges would notice it. So I didn't want to leave that, and it's very visible on the solid colour, on the solid fabric in the background. I was marking the center line for the square, so I had my appliques all lined up nicely. So I am going to redo those blocks. I was a bit disappointed, but you know, it's only 2 blocks and I'd rather get it right. So the third thing really is just make sure you test your marking pen or pencil on the fabric that you're actually going to be using to ensure that it does come off, which is not what Sarah did apparently. So yeah, so that's it for this month. Marking pens, cut away the bulk, and fabric, you know, remember it's your choice. Oh, and I just wanted to show you on this block too, even though I'm remaking it, you can see I was using a light colored fabric for this little petal. And the background's this green, blue-green, and I didn't want the blue-green to show through the light fabric. So you can see on the back, see I started cutting. I've cut out the excess so it's not visible through the leaf. So that's actually quite important too. If you want to create a quilt that you're going to enter into a show, the judges won't like to see the background through the applique fabric. So that's a little Sarah tip of the day. Anyway, that's it. Hope to see you next month with lots more blocks made or some progress on the applique. I have been getting squirreled, I call it, with other projects. I'm totally addicted to paper piecing, so I have another one on the go, but that's the fun of it. I'd love to see what you're creating. You know, you can comment or send me a message if you have any advice or you have any questions. Have a great day.